Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
In the loving memory of Srila Bhaktisidhanta Goswami Maharaj, feel like chanting this Guru Vandana. Shakshad Haritvena Samasta Shastrai Ruktas Tatha Bhav Bhatai Vashadevi Kintu Prabharja Priyai Vatasya Bande Gurasri Charanarabindam. Remembering the melody. Shakshadharitena samasta shastre Ruktastatha bhatai vashadevi Kintu prabharya priyaye vatasya Bande gurasri Charanarabindam. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi Dhayam stubam stasya yashasti sandha Bande gurasri Charanarabindam. He used to be very lovingly, devotedly pronouncing 2 lines for Guru Vandana. I remember, almost in all Harikatha programs, he was attached to be doing Guru Vandana with these 2 verses. Shakshadharitena samasta shastre. Then Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Okay, so Srimad Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj Jai Yukta Ho Madhya Paramartha Gurupad Padma Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhara Deva Goswami Pad Paramartha Shiksha Gurupad Padma Srimad Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaj Ji Uhai Jai Yukta Ho Jai Paramarat Sannyasa Shiksha Gurupad Padma Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj Jai Yukta Ho Samasta Rupango Guru Varga Jai Yukta Ho Sapasa Jagat Guru Paramhansa Kula Mukutamani Anantasya Vibhushita Acharya Bhaskar Srila Bhaktisidhanta Sarasvati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada Jai Yukta Ho. I offer my most respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of all their divine graces. All their divine graces, all my Rupango Guru Varga, Saparikar Srila Jagadguru Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada, all Rupango Guru Varga, and be humbly begging for their divine mercy be bestowed upon me, bestowed upon all of you, the good souls, good-hearted devotees assembled here. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Jai Yukta Ho, Samasta Guru Varga Jai Yukta Ho. Srila গুরুবর্গ পরম আরাধ্য শিষ্য রঘুনন্দন গোস্বামী ঠাকুর, জয়যুক্ত হৌন শিষ্য পরমারাধ্য শিল বংশীদাস বাবাজি মহারাজ, জয়যুক্ত হৌন। প্রচুরভাবে কৃপাশীর্বাদ বর্ষণ করুন। Today should I speak on them?
Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan.
Guru Vaishnava, yes.
As you were told, every day we have to remember, but especially on these tithis, especially Vishesh Bhaga. So.
Exactly. গ্রন্থের প্রারম্ভে করি মঙ্গলাচরণ, গুরু বৈষ্ণব ভগবান তিনি স্মরণ। তিনি স্মরণে হয় বিঘ্ন বিনাশন, অনায়াসে হয় নিজ বাঞ্ছিত পূরণ। So, in the wider sense of the meaning, instead of Granthir Prarambhe Kori Mangalacharan, we can also say, instead of Granthir Prarambhe, see Harikatha Prarambhe, Krishna Katha, Radha Krishna Katha Prarambhe, Vaishnava Gunagana Prarambhe, Vaishnava Mahima Katha Prarambhe Kori Mangalacharan. Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tini Smaran. So much is said within these lines, beautiful lines, very significant ones. That we are very much required. It's a necessity in our bhajana life, in Radha Krishna bhajana, under the gracious shelter of Panchatattatma Gaurhari. What is that necessity? To accept the shelter of Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan together, three of them together, not just one of them only. Then it's not very complete. Okay. Guru, Vaishnava, same or similar tattva. Vaishnava Sreshta means Guru Pad Padma. See, Guru Varga means also great Vaishnava Thakur. Guru Vaishnava one tattva. Sevak Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is Shebba tattva. Shebba tattva. So, see Bhagavan and his divine couple and their pure devotees, pure exalted associates. So we must be engaged in adoring, loving worships, loving devotional services to both Bhagavan and Bhakta, Bhagavan and Tadiya Premi Sevak Sevika, Premi Bhakta, both. That's why it has been so, this has been given so much importance, that doing Hari Kirtana in Pranay Bhakata Sange. Doing Hari Kirtana, having all the darshanas of all the holy pilgrimage places, Tirtha Darshan, all in Sadhu Sangha Sankirtana Mukhe. With Pranay Bhakata Sangha, in the most auspicious holy association of those exalted devotees who are Premi Bhakta. Pranay Bhakta means who are devotees with purely lovingly devoted heart. Devotees with pure loving devotion. Okay. Pranay. Devotees whose hearts are filled with pure loving devotion or devoted love of Krishna, blissful love of Krishna. Pranay. Pranay also means love bliss. Feelings of blissful love. Pranay. Pranay. Okay. Ecstatic love. Loving ecstasy. That is Pranaya Bhakta. Pranay Bhakta. Whose hearts are filled with ecstatic love of Bhagavan. So, therefore, Guru Vaishnava, the pure Guru Vaishnava means Pranay Bhakta, Premi Bhakta. And Bhagavan, Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan, a tine smaran, Guru Tattva, Vaishnava Tattva, Bhagavat Tattva. Must be embracing the shelter of all of them together in unity. And all must be embracing shelter of all of them together in the unison mode, okay, in unison, in devotional harmony, harmonious relationship, devotionally harmonious relationship. Then, what happens? All the impediments and obstacles on the way of our devotional progress, on the way of our spiritual advancement, devotional advancement becomes removed, destroyed, and all our pure devotional desires become fulfilled, quickly or gradually, any of the ways. Anayashe hoy nija vanchita puran. All our divine desires in relation to Radha Krishna, Bhagavan, in relation to Mahaprabhu Radha Krishna, in relation to the Supreme Lord, becomes nicely fulfilled by the divine grace of Sri Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan. Together. One of the significant verses in our life. So today is the most holy occasion of the disappearances of two great exalted devotees, two pure devotees of Lord. One is Srila Raghunandan Thakur, other one is Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, Srila Vamsidas Babaji Thakur. Since you are all learned devotees, so you all must be knowing about those beautiful facts. Incidents happened in the divine life, in the life of Srila Raghunandan Thakur. You know, very cutely, transcendentally beautiful, divinely beautiful incident. Divinely satisfying, bliss-giving incident happened in the life of Srila Raghunandan Thakur. So as we all know, they are all residents of Sikhanda. Now, there are many associates of Mahaprabhu, many loved associates of Mahaprabhu who used to be residing at Sikhanda, falls on the way to go to Katwa. Okay. somewhere is placed, situated, Sikhanda. Nearby Katwa, where Mahaprabhu took sannyasa. So like Madhava Das, Srimat Madhava Das, Srimat Narahari Prabhu, so Srimat Mukunda Das, they all used to be living in Sikhanda. You know, every year, or almost every year, sometimes maybe there would be some gap, okay, but usually, time to time, they all used to be coming to have darshan of Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri. All Gauriya Bhaktas, all Gauradeshiya, devotees, residents of Gauradesha, from Navadvip Dham and Navadvip Mandal, from different areas of the Gaura Mandala. Sikhanda also falls within the area of Gaura Mandala. So all the Gauriya Bhaktas, from all the Gaura Mandala, residents of Gaura Mandala, not just only Navadvip Dham, Gaura Mandala, used to be coming to have darshan of Lord Chaitanya almost every year. Sometimes there are some gaps, but almost every year. And so Sikhanda Vashi devotees were one group. Some places they all used to be Mahaprabhu's associates, devotees from Navadvip Dham, and other devotees from different parts of Gaura Mandala used to be together. They used to have get together in one place, then mostly under the gracious guidance of Srila Nityananda Prabhu, Shivananda Sen Thakur. Okay. They used to be going towards Nilachal Puridham, guided by, under the gracious guidance of Lord Nityananda Prabhu mostly, and helped by Sri Shivananda Pandit. They used to be going towards Puri. Lord Nityananda, Advaita Prabhu, mostly they used to be leading them, all the Gauriya devotees, okay, for going to Puri to have darshan of Mahaprabhu and be staying there in Jagannath Puri for some time. So, back to the point. So, Sikhanda-vashi Vaishnavas, devotees, Sikhanda residents devotees, used to be one of the teams, a part of the team. And they all used to be carrying some gift from Mahaprabhu for their beloved Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there. According to their taste, according to their ability, almost all of them used to be taking with them some lovely gifts, something for Mahaprabhu. So, Mukunda Dasha, Narahari Prabhu, Madhava Dasha, Sikhanda, they are Sikhanda Vashi devotees. And Raghunandan Thakur was born as the son of Mukunda Dasha, Srimat Mukunda Dasha Prabhu, as you all know. So, Mukunda Dasha Prabhu was the father of Raghunandan Thakur. So, as you all already know about that factual story, that great, beautiful incidents. Before that, let me speak a little more into their lifestyle. See, so they are all Raghunandan Thakur's parents were great devotees of Radha Gopinath Ji. Okay. They used to be serving the deities of presiding deities of Radha Gopinath Ji, according to some opinion also Gopal Ji, for throughout the generations from their forefathers, ancestors. So, Nitya Seva, serving, worshipping Sri Radha Gopinath Ji in the daily life, with the daily routine without any fail. Time to time, many other great devotees used to be gathering, used to have get together at his residence, Srila Mukunda Das Prabhu's residence, be absorbed in Ishtagoshti there. So their whole family life was full of Krishna consciousness, full of the holy influence of devotion, devotional service, devotional mood. So Raghunandan Thakur was born in that quality family. He was born in that kind of devotees family. Naturally, his upbringing took place in a very spiritual, devotional way. So when he was at around 5 years old, it so happened that his father had to go out to take care for some urgent things. And he called his son, before going out, he called his son, around 5-year-old son Raghunandan, and talked to him about offering bhoga, doing some worships to Radha Gopinath and offering the full bhoga to see Radha Gopinath Ji in his absence. Called him and made his boy understand. Look, see, these Radha Gopinath deities are they're very living and very living and loving towards us, our Lord. Our Lord, Srimati Radharani Gopinath Ji. Both are a goddess and God of our life. Understand, throughout our family generations, we have been very respectfully, devotionally worshipping Sri Radha Gopinath Ji without any fail. Today I have to go out. You are my son. So today you have to take care. You have to nicely take care. Very faithfully, very respectfully take care of offering worships and bhoga to Radha Gopinath Ji in my absence. Because now I have to go out for some urgent task. You please do that service in my place, on my behalf. Can you do that? Raghunandan Thakur, the boy Raghunandan Thakur, happily replied, yes, father, I can do that. Father was very pleased. And again, gave some more instructions and guidance, further guidance to make him understand very well about the ways of offering worships and offering the bhoga and everything. So in this way, after making him understand about some basic fundamental things, ways of the worshippings, then he went off at some point, so naturally. After offering worships to the temple deities Radha Gopinath Ji, at some point, Raghunandan Thakur, the boy, child Raghunandan Thakur, offered the bhoga, full plate of the bhoga containing many delicious items. So, before Radha Gopinath. And he was also instructed or advised by his father to chant a specific mantra during the offering of bhoga. He also did it accordingly. He did all that accordingly. But after offering bhoga, he was just waiting inside the room to see, with all simple, wholehearted faith, he was just waiting to see Radha Gopinath coming down, or they're taking up the plate and start eating. And it did not happen. He was waiting, sitting on his ashram. He was waiting, looking at them, looking at the deities. It did not happen. They are not responding. They are not eating anything from the plate. And then he was very unhappy. He was very anxious. He became very concerned, very unhappy. Number one, why Radha Gopinath not eating from the plate? I offered in such a nice way, with mantram, as well as I prayed to them, Thakur khao, tomra dujone khao. Please eat these foods. Please eat this bhoga, these foods, please. Still they are not eating. Became very concerned. Why they should not be eating? Any fault in my way of offering to them? Also became very concerned when father comes back. Father will be chastising him, saying, you didn't offer bhoga properly. See, therefore they didn't eat it. So, what kind of way, what type of offering you made? Which way you made the offering, so that Radha Gopinath were not pleased with you, so they did not even accept your offering. So my father must be chastising me heavily, holding me responsible, holding me greatly responsible for your fasting. Okay, that you must be hungry, but still I've offered you so much food, all this, and you are not eating. You will be fasting, remaining fasting. When my father comes back and comes to know about it, and sees full plate is staying there, heavily chastising me. So in this way he was very concerned. At some point he began to be requesting Radha Gopinath again and again. Oh dear most Radha Gopinath. Okay, oh dear most Radha Gopinath, beloved Lord, please be eating, please eat. Please eat. They are not eating. Some point he started crying. He just started sobbing and crying, looking at Radha Gopinath. Then Radha Gopinath could not stay in the deity form anymore. Their heart got melted. The heart got melted and the heart got conquered. They were subdued. They could not but be subdued, controlled by that intense love, innocent, very simple, innocent but intense loving devotion of Raghunandan Thakur, boy Raghunandana Thakur. Yes, so those deities actually came down from the throne. They no more remain in the deity form on the throne, up on the throne. Came down, became alive, came down and started eating and finished, as you all know. Some point, finish the whole plate without keeping any remnant there. Doing Leela. Okay, then the boy was very happy. Boy Raghunandan Thakur was very, very happy. Okay. Then he took that plate and put it in some corner of the temple. Like, we'll be cleaning later. Okay. He was very, very happy knowing that he became successful in doing that. Okay. To carry out the responsibility, holy responsibility given by his father. Okay, he was very happy, and then at some point father came back. After completing his task, he came back. Then after coming back, after having some refreshing, after being refreshed, washing his hands and face, taking bath, after getting refreshed, at some point he called his boy. Raghunandan, now it is prasadam time. Serve me some prasadam. Okay. Also call for his wife, good wife, at the same time call his boy. Bring Mahaprasad from temple. Okay, because prasadam time, I'm feeling hungry. Okay, so naturally I want to be honoring Mahaprasad temple, so bring the plate of Mahaprasadam from temple. The boy, his son came running to him saying, "What are you asking, father? What are you asking for?" "I am asking for to bring the plate of Mahaprasad. I want to take some Mahaprasad from the plate." "What Mahaprasad you are asking? Radha Gopinath ate everything. You don't know? You offered bhogo to Radha Gopinath, you daily." Because, see, he was not so attentive. The boy, he did not mark all this. He used to be playing around. Parents used to be feeding. So he was not always attentive whether Mahaprasadam given to him, or he was thinking, the way father, my parents feed me, I finish everything. Okay. That's the way he's used to know that when my parents feed me, I finish everything I take. Okay. So food should not remain like that. After that. So he was asking that, you don't know? They have already eaten up everything. So nothing remaining on the plate. So if you want, I can bring the plate, empty plate, you can find something. He was looking at the face of his boy. "What are you saying? What do you mean, Radha Gopinath, you ate everything? Ate everything?" "Yes, father, in front of my eyes. In the beginning they are not eating, In the beginning, for some reason, they're standing still in the throne, not eating at all. Okay, just standing in the throne, keeping quiet. Then after I was requesting, at some point I also started crying, requesting. Then at some point they came down from the throne and sat on their asana, sat on their seat, and they started eating. They started enjoying eating, looking at me, and finished all. I was very happy to see them eating. Father looking at his son, thinking in mind, my son is not that naughty. What is happening? Okay, let's bring the plate. Okay, bring it. So he went running inside and brought the empty plate. He looked at the plate, thinking in his mind, my son is very, very nice son. He never got so naughty. Was he so hungry? Looking at his mother, saying, "Did you not feed my son enough? He became so hungry, he ate up everything, and now putting it in the name of Radha Gopinath, saying, using the name of Radha Gopinath, deities ate everything, but actually he became so naughty. It's unlike him, unlike my son. What is happening? Again asked him, speak to me the truth. Okay, don't lie to me. You never lie to me. Speak to me the actual truth. They ate? Yes, father, they ate in front of my eyes. After my request. Okay, they ate. I saw it with my own eyes. Why you don't believe me? You feed him every day, like you feed me every day. I finish foods when you feed me. Similarly, you also feed them. They should be finished. I don't understand you. Why you are asking me? So now father and son now relating to each other from two different stands. Father is thinking of everything from one stand, regular stand, and the son is thinking this is quite natural. The way when you offer me foods, I finish all. In the same way I offered them foods meant for them, they finished. What's the big deal? Why are you asking me again and again and you're accusing me? Don't speak lie. I don't understand. What lie I'm speaking? I don't understand. So then father realized, some point intuitively father realized something might have happened wonderful. He did not say further anything. Smiled at his son. The mother also follows, her eyes also got bigger. Fathers and mothers, Raghunandan Thakur's father and mother's eyes got bigger and bigger. Great surprise, her mother was also smiling. So parents did not tell him anything more that day. They took prasadam. The father just kept it in mind, and he wanted to spy around the thing, what actually happened. So then either next day or day after the next day again he called for his son. So he just called for his son and just asked him like before, like the other day. Okay, today also I have got some important things to do. I'm going out to take care of some important things. So, like before, like the other day, today also you'll be nicely taking care of worshipping of Radha Gopinathji and nicely offering bhoga, the way you did the other day. You're a good boy. I'm so happy with you. A very good boy. Okay, father. At that time he was enthused because, see, with the sweet memory, with the sweet loving memory, that again he can offer bhoga to Radha Gopinathji, again Radha Gopinath, he is going to feed them and they're going to eat in front of his eyes. He was enjoying just to remember about that incident, just to feel into that, just to feel into that event. That again he can feed them again. He can directly feed them like before. They will be that they will be fed by him. They will be again eating in front of his eyes, and he will be enjoying to see that. He will be relishing to see them eating again, make them eat. So he's just very happy. As soon as father gave that proposal to him, he immediately accepted it with joy. Joyfully accepted. So what happened? So that day, father just made a drama. He was acting like just going out for doing some important task, but he actually, in fact, he didn't go out so far. He went out in front of his eyes, and then in through another way, secretive way, he came back to his house just close by the temple. There was a small passage. There was a small crack through the windows of temple windows or some way. Very small hole or passage, through which he could see through inside the temple. So he was eagerly waiting. He was eagerly waiting to see, to discover the true fact, the reality, what is going to happen. And then he was watching his son. Was first offering worships with all the mantras and everything. It was taught by him. In the first place he began worshipping with all different mantras as educated, taught by him at some point. Now it was the time for him to offer bhoga. So he was watching. He was watching him offering bhoga to Radha Gopinathji. That he chanted some mantra in a precise way. And then he began to speak to Radha Gopinathji in his own language. No more mantras. No more formal ritual mantras. He speak to him his own language. Like Radha Gopinathji, Bengali was his native language, so in Bengali. Okay, Radha Gopinathji. তোমাদের সামনে ভোগ অর্পণ করেছি, আমি ভোগ নিবেদন করলাম, তোমরা খাও। এবার সিংহাসন থেকে নেমে এসে এবার খাও, গ্রহণ করো, দেরি করবে না। He understands Bengali, so he smiles. He also understands.
Don't be late.
Okay. রাধা গোপীনাথ, ফের আবার ভোগ নিবেদন করেছি তোমাদের সামনে, এবার কৃপাপূর্বক এসে খাও, আমি দেখব। তোমাদের কিছু দরকার থাকলে আমাকে বলবে খাওয়ার সময়। আচ্ছা, আমি আছি, তোমাদের কাছে বসে আছি, কিছু দরকার হলে আমি আরো দেব, আরো যদি খাবার লাগে আমি দেব, তোমরা খাও এসে তাড়াতাড়ি। Looking at Radha Gopinathji, no reaction from the deities. Saying, Radha Gopinathji, dushtumi karo na, don't become naughty again, like the other day. Okay, I was speaking Bengali, so I did not understand that part. So he first began to have loving claim in relation to Radha Gopinath after offering all the delicious plate, the plate of delicious foodstuffs. Then at some point, there was no more calling, no more trying to address Radha Gopinathji with mantram. He started speaking his own mother language, Bengali. Started addressing Radha Gopinathji directly with loving claim. Okay, Radha Gopinath, I have already offered you such a plate full of delicious foods. Now it is your time. Come on, it's prasadam time, okay? It's for your eating time. So please come on and start eating. I am here beside you. If you need anything further, tell me. I will supply you. If you need more food, these foodstuffs are so delicious. So after eating, after tasting, you might be wanting more of it. Then I will just quickly go out of the temple and quickly bring more. Okay, more of it. I know. So I am here to serve you, attend you if you need further, and I am quite sure. I'm thinking that you might be.
Don't make late.
So you'll be really enjoying the taste, and don't be late. Like the other day, you kept me waiting. Please come. Everything is ready for you. I looked up and kept on watching the deity's face, no reaction. And again, he addressed them. What is happening? Don't be naughty like the other day you were doing. Don't keep me waiting. Please come. Please come. Don't be making me wait. Don't make me wait. Okay, no reaction. Then at some point he was desperate, intense. See, you're not being fair with me. Radha Gopinath, this is not fair. Not being fair with me. Anytime my father will come back, he will be asking me, I could not feed you properly. See? Please, don't delay. Don't delay. But at some point he was almost about to be crying, why you are not listening to me? Other day you did. Why you are doing this with me every time? Radha Gopinath, with some loving claim and earnest feelings, again and again he was nagging at them. Radha Gopinath, they could not be free. They could not go away, could not escape that. That's the word I was looking for. Some point Radha Gopinath could not escape from his nagging. It's very stubborn and crying at some point again. Then they could not stay silent anymore. Came out like first they were appearing from the deities, and the deity and their appearance became mixed together. They were together. So they came down from Singhasana, and as they're sitting in the asana, as they started eating, this is the story. So Radha Gopinath ji as Antarjami, they are Antarjami from the beginning. It was their Leela. So they could immediately figure out somebody is watching in a hidden way. Hidden way. In a stealthily, hidden way watching his father Mukunda Das. So they took the laddu. That's how the actual story has been described. Ate half. And as he was going, as Radha Gopinath ji, they are sharing the laddu. Mainly it is spoken around Gopinath ji. Gopinath ji, he had a bite on that laddu. He ate half of that. And as if at that moment, Gopinath ji came to know someone watching him, watching them eating in a hidden way. Then immediately they stopped eating and withdrew that manifestation and became the deity on the altar as before. Okay, as normal as before. But by that time, Mukunda Dasa Prabhu already saw that event. By that time he already had the darshan of that Leela. And he felt so overwhelmed with loving ecstasy. Immediately he felt overwhelmed with divine thrills, blissful thrills of love of Radha Gopinath ji. All over. He could not hold himself. He could hardly hold his normal way. He almost fainting, somehow managed to hold him. Now, fully overwhelmed, maddened by ecstatic love for Radha Gopinath ji, also some ecstatic affection for his son, for his own son, Raghunandan Thakur. But by that time, that boy was amazed. What happened? He started talking to Radha Gopinath ji again. You just took only laddu, half laddu, and you kept the half. What happened? Why you are not eating? Why are you not eating the full plate? What is happening? He started requesting, imploring to them. But this time Radha Gopinath ji didn't manifest that Leela again because they knew that Father was seeing. Father knew about. So then at some point Raghunandan Thakur was crying out the temple, it's not happening. Then in some somebody, father appeared, without letting him know that he was hiding and watching. Father simply took his crying son on the lap, only around 5 years old, took up his crying son on the lap, pacified him, telling him, oh, my son, you are so very fortunate. How can I describe about your fortune? Simply unaccountable, inexplicable. You have been so fortunate, my son. You have been so fortunate. I have also been so fortunate to become father of you. Father of the son of your quality. For you, today I could have darshana of Radha Gopinathji coming down from the throne and eating. I could not make them eat all through my life in that way. Okay, feed them. You could make it, my son. So you are like my guru. You are my true guru. You are my true guru. Something which was not possible for me. I could not do seva to Radha Gopinathji in that way, what you could do in this way, filled with ecstatic love, bliss. He took up his son on the lap and kissing him, embracing him, kissing him. Mother was also so delighted, father and mother became so delighted around his son Raghunandan. And also, of course, so filled with the ecstatic love of Radha Gopinathji. Upon knowing, although it was a jhalak darshan, knowing the fact, they already knew that I was watching in a hidden way. They could not have appeared. Still, they appeared to fulfill my son's desire, fulfill the desire of my son, maybe to be protecting my son from my imaginary, doubt about my son, whether really Radha Gopinath is eating really or my son is speaking lie. So he was watching to see, to check about that, to make some investigation. Checking about that, he was watching. So in order to prove that, yes, it was true what your son was telling you. It was very true. I actually ate the other day. So in order to prove that again, Radha Gopinathji momentarily gave them darshana, coming down from the temple and sat on the asana. Started eating, but as Gopinath started eating a laddu, there was a lila, as if they could understand it, that I was watching, so they disappeared. They became deity again. That way. They didn't want to carry that lila before my eyes, but they were doing that. They were feeling so comfortable before the eyes of my son. My son. So he was filled, overwhelmed with the ecstatic love of his Radha Gopinathji, his Ishtadeva Radha Gopinathji, and also his son became so proud, positively proud of that kind of son. Father and mother both. That is Raghunandana Thakur. Later on, so this is a very, very famously known, very sweet, factual story of the Leela between Raghunandan Thakur, 5-year-old Raghunandan Thakur, and Radha Gopinathji. They are householder deities, householder presiding deities. Householder presiding deities of their family. This way. Srila Raghunandan Thakur. And later on, Srila Raghunandan Thakur also made so much very nice contributions in the world the world of devotional services to their lordships, to divine couple Mahaprabhu. Raghunandan Thakur, Mahaprabhu. So, the whole book about that transcendental happenings, incidents, they're all so uplifted. They all got so elated, uplifted with divine happiness upon knowing about that true story. And considered boy Raghunandan like also their great guru, Siksha Guru, although they all had their own gurus. But they consider this Supreme Lord, their lordships became so, so controlled, so one. Even the Radha Gopinathji became so one, so conquered by the power of his devotional love of this boy Raghunandana. We could not have that chance. We could not have that higher fortune. It was not. We could not have that wonderful manifestation, transcendental manifestation of their Leela. So, Raghunandan, let us be offering our great respect, all our love and respect to Raghunandan, knowing he is more advanced than us. In the world of the Vaishnavas, although they are all, in relation to boy Raghunandan, they are all father figures, mother figures, some of them grandparents figures, grandfather, grandmother figures. But they started, from that time onward, many of them started looking at him, looking up to Raghunandana like their guru, great Siksha Guru. And used to be addressing, used to be looking at him, relating to him not only with so much affection, so much love, affectionate respect, yes. Not only with so much affection, but also with so much respect, so much adoration and respect, feelings of love and affection towards him, Raghunandan Thakur. Also, besides, today is the Disappearance Day of another great Vaishnava, Avadhuta Vaishnava Guru, Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj. We can be marking some wonderful thing. I repeat, we can be particularly marking something wonderful, that while Srila Bhaktisidhanta Thakur and Srila Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada were discarding many of the Babajis who were engaged in Sahaja activities at that time, who were all engaged in many wrong Sahaja activities in those days, at that time. But although apparently Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj also looked to be somewhat connected with that kind of that lineage or that society, although he was not really a part of those, but looked like outwardly. But see, so Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, both sorted him out. So he sorted him out. Okay. Found him in a very specific way, discovered him in a specific way, that he is a pure Vaishnava. He was one of the very few pure devotees of Gaura Nityananda Radha Krishna, Gaura Gadadhara. He was Mahatma, one of the not only exalted pure devotees. So they could sort out Guru Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj. That way, that. So Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, they are the ones, full purity, exalted, pure devotees of Lord. So, both of them, Srila Bhakti Nandan Thakur and Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhu, both of them respectfully honored them, embraced them as great acharyas in their life. I repeat. So both of them, Srila Bhakti Nandan Thakur and Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, they both fully recognized them, accepted them as pure devotee Mahabhagavatas, Mahabhagavata Vaishnava Acharyas in their time. Okay, so separated them from others, others who are engaged in some Savaji activities and all. So Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, besides Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, so Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj was one such Mahabhagavata, Avadhuta. Avadhuta, fully respected and recognized by Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. It was contemporary, he was contemporary to him. He used to be living, Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, okay, according to the sources, according to certain reliable sources, he used to be living in Sharupganj area. He used to be living in the Godruma Deepa, now Sharupganj area. Sometimes coming across the Ganga. Also used to be living nearby Baral Ghat area. Okay. So he used to be living in Navadvip Dham from the for many years. According to some sources, his Diksha Guru was Harilal Brajavashi. Srimad Harilal Brajavashi. Vesha Guru was Ramananda. Ramananda Ji Brajavashi. And Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, Diksha Guru and Vesha Guru. Respectively, Harilal Brajavashi, Harilal or Harolal, someday Harilal Brajavashi, and Ramananda, Srimati Ramananda Brajavashi. So he used to be living in Navadvip Dham, mostly in Godruma Deepa. Okay. Sometimes he was found to be doing some little parikrama, okay, around Navadvip Dham, through Navadvip Dham. Every day he used to go out for taking bhiksha, I repeat. In his everyday life, in his daily life, he used to be going out for doing bhiksha, for collecting alms from different houses, and it is said that he would never be accepting any alms or any bhiksha. Okay, if it was more than one palmful, handful, okay, madhukari. He used to be only accepting madhukari bhiksha. Always being absorbed, always staying absorbed in his own world. Somehow or other he would be managing to be collecting some bhiksha from few houses, several houses. And he said he was described to be not accepting more than madhukari amount, quantity of bhiksha from any house. As soon as it would be like more than madhukari, he would not accept. Only madhukari. Handful. One handful or maybe two handfuls. And mostly he would be collecting rice, sabji, fruits, like that. Bring them, wash them nicely. He had bring them in his small thatched bhajan kuti where he used to be engaged in worshipping Gaura Gadadhara, Gaura Nityananda, Gopalo deity. So he was so particular. And very careful about doing his cooking seva. It is said that he used to be washing each and everything he received from bhiksha very nicely, cleaning all of them very nicely, cutting them, and then he will be cooking the bhoga with so much attention and care. Then at some point we will be offering to Sri Gaura Nityananda Gaura Gadadhara Gopalji. And it is also said, also described, sometimes in being absorbed in his own mood, he would be offering all bhoga to them through his own language, like directly with loving claim with Gaur Gadadhara Gaura Nityananda deity, Gopala deity. And with loving claim, he would simply be asking them, come on now, eat. I have cooked now, see, I've gone out, I put so much time, energy, collecting alms for you, not for me, primarily for you. But now I have cooked nicely, offering, please eat. So we heard that sometimes he used to be feeling, he used to have some visualization like the Gaura Gadadhara, Gaura Nityananda Gopal were eating, or they were actually eating. Then he became very happy. So different stories are there, these are from different sources. He used to be very happy. Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj. Okay, so every day he used to be worshipping Gaura Nityananda, Gaura Gadadhara, Gopalaji, not always following some traditionally established ritual ways, but through his own spontaneous, following the ways of his own spontaneous loving devotion, spontaneously devoted way. He used to be talking. Many heard him. Some fortunate people, fortunate devotees often heard him while going around his bhajan kuti, often heard him just talking for hours. He's speaking to Gaura Nityananda, Gaur Gadadhara Gopalji, speaking to him in many ways, taking care of them, talking with them, sometimes chastising them in some Vatsalya Rasa mood, lovingly chastising them, sometimes not agreeing with them because he was in the mode of talking in his own. Always, mostly, he used to be living in other world, transcendental world of the bhava. And being situated in that bhava, he used to be worshipping Gaur Nitai, Gaura Gadadhara Gopalji. Not, that worshipping was not mostly, I repeat, his ways of worshipping was not necessarily all the time to traditional worshippings. Not always, kind of traditional worshippings and ritual worshippings, but it was, nature of worshipping was more spontaneous. He was directly relating to them, talking with them, asking them what they like, what they don't like, which way they want to be served by him. Sometimes to be telling them that they should communicate with him what they like, what they don't like, so that he can serve them nicely, knowing their likings and dislikings, kind of. So, again, I repeat, the way he used to be engaged in worshipping them, not through traditionally established ritual worshipping most of the time, spontaneous, through the way of spontaneous loving devotion, or by the way of loving devotional spontaneous loving devotion. And often he would not be taking bath. No question of changing his uniform dresses. We have seen one of his photographs. Because he used to be living on the realm of Mahabhagavata, Avadhuta Mahabhagavata. Someone who is always devoid of external consciousness, no Vajradasha. Was totally devoid of all external material consciousness of a life. Okay, so but the Supreme Lords used to be reciprocating with him, talking with him, reciprocating with him. Okay, and accepting all his loving services. Not only that, he was talking with Gaur Nityananda, Gadadhara, Sri Gopalaji, but Lords also. They were also talking back to him. And then he was responding, but other people, other devotees could not hear Lords talking back to him. Only they could hear him only talking to Lord. But when he was talking back to Lord, saying, like reciprocating, oh, you are saying this? That's the way you want me to do? Very nice, I will try to do. So just replying to Lord, then these devotees could realize, so Lord also reciprocating with him. Replying, and he is replying back. He was replying back to Lord. It would go on for hours sometimes, absorbed in that bhava. He used to remain absorbed in that world of the bhava, higher bhava, for hours. And somehow or other, he would manage to be cooking, cooking for the deities by some gracious empowerment, because he used to be out of external consciousness, but by some gracious empowerment, okay, by some gracious empowerment of Gaura Gadadhara, Gaura Nityananda Gopalji, he would be able to manage some way, cooking bhoga and offer them. Then keeping the bhoga for hours, for long time, speaking with them, you eat it, tell me which one you like the best out of the items I cooked. Okay. This would be very cooperating with me. Sometimes some of the boys, they used to be a bit torturing with him externally. Like Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, it's a similar culture, similar society. Both of them shared to be living in this similar society. For the Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj or Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, although they are not living side by side, okay, but they are sharing, they are living in the similar Indian society. There are some naughty boys and girls, naughty children, sometimes who used to be a bit torturing those sadhus, thinking, the way they are looking at and all this. So, like the way Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj used to be talking to Krishna, Krishna, you are allowing all this. You are allowing all this to happen to me. I am going to complain to Mother Jashoda against you. You are becoming very, very naughty. You become so naughty that you are inspiring these boys to be throwing some little stone at me and torturing me. Actually, you are playing naughtily with me. I am going to complain. File complaint to Mother Jashoda against you. After he talked, after Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj spoke to Krishna like that, then he stopped at some point. Playful way. Okay. Stop some way because those boys abstained, stopped doing that to Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Also some other people came around, they chased those boys away. Why you are trying to torture our Babaji Maharaj? They chased them away in that. Or Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj also sometimes happened like that. not often, sometimes. Okay, and there are different stories around that. All the possessions he had, one kopina, one bahirpash or dress, okay, just one kamandalu, little kamandalu, few earthen pots, mostly earthen pots and some plates, some tree leaves, and he used to be managing his daily life only with that, and a thatched bhajan kutir. Okay, but it has been known, we have heard that Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada engaged few of his disciples, several of his disciples, to be taking care of Babaji Maharaj, Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, on daily basis, every day, going to seeing him, supplying some rice and other vegetables, okay, helping him, assisting him in his service. Sometimes he would not want to take more. Sometimes, upon knowing they are all sent by Saraswati Thakur, he will be gladly accepting all that, because he felt a special affection. He had always felt a very special affection for Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Okay. They knew each other. Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada had darshan of Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj and Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj several times. And he engaged some of his disciples to be serving, to be attending him, to be taking care of him in everyday life with all the necessary services, providing all the necessary services to him in this way. So, from Mayapur, he used to be living in those days, to be living in Swarupganj area, Godrumadipa area. So from Mayapur, from Chaitanya Math or Jogapit, some of his disciples used to be going to see him, to be seeing him, okay, almost daily, or quite frequently, in order to serve him, take care of him nicely, as ordered by their Gurudev, Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So thus, at some point, Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj and Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj used to be taken care of by Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Okay. But by the time Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, okay, even before the time, we hear that it is known among us that even before he was officially initiated by Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, in other words, before he officially took initiation from Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, they were pretty closely known to each other, intimately known to each other, because Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj used to be coming to see Srila Bhaktivinod Thakur, take his darshana, considering him as one of his great Siksha Gurus, considering Srila Bhaktivinod Thakur one of his great Siksha Gurus. So he used to be coming to listen to his Bhagavatam classes. Bhaktivinod Thakur's Bhagavata Pravachanam in his Gautama-dipa Sananda Sukada Kunja, sometimes Surabhi Kunja. So, therefore we see some memories are still preserved. Memories of Guru Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj is preserved in the Gautama Mandir, Gaur Gadadhara temple there. So Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj used to be regularly, almost very frequently, either regularly or frequently, most frequently would be going there to listen to the Bhagavatam classes, Bhagavata Pravachanam, given by Bhaktisidhanta Thakur. And Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, at that time he was Bimala Prasad Saraswati. So from that time, naturally he used to be with his father. Okay, sometimes so Bhaktivedanta Thakur's family members used to be coming there to Sananda Sukhada Kunja, Suravi Kunja, to be meeting their father. Yeah. So naturally Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada also used to be going there and be staying there. It was Bhaktivedanta Thakur's own residence. Okay. Specifically Sananda Sukhada Kunja, his own residence. Therefore we see side by side, fathers and sons. Residence, rooms, side by side there. When we go up to see, in Gadrumadipa temple, when we go up to see Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur's Bhajan Kuti, just beside his Bhajan Kuti, we find the Bhajan Kuti of Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. So they used to be living together. So naturally came to see Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj many times. I mean, our Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada came to see him many times. They knew each other closely. So at some point, by the inspiration, by very specific inspiration of Thakur Bhaktivinod, okay, to be taking initiation from Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Bimala Prasad Saraswati, Srila Bimala Prasad Saraswati Thakur approached him for initiation, and then he gladly accepted him as his disciple, although he was not ready in the beginning. At some point, he had great appreciation. Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj felt great appreciation for the Saraswati Thakur, Bimala Prasad Saraswati's devotional quality, higher devotional qualities, and he could also sense and feel in his heart that it was also Thakur Bhaktivinod's desire that he initiates his son. So, being captivated and captured by both, being happily obliged by both Divine Father and Divine Son. So at some point, he could not but happily agreed to initiate him. And he was the first and last disciple, one and only disciple, first and last disciple of Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So see, it is not known whether Bimala Prasad Saraswati, and from the days when he used to be known as Bimala Prasad Saraswati, actually came in contact with Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj from that time. Surely, like the way he came in contact with Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. So it's not known clearly, but it's known that at some point, whether during that time or after he took initiation, after he took initiation and sannyasa. Okay, but at some point he came in contact with Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj. And from the time he came in contact with him, from the time he could discover about him another Mahabhagavata Avadhuta devotee, Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada was very particular. He was very adherent to be taking nice care of him by his own self and also by engaging his disciples to be taking care of him, serving him, okay, in a disciplined way. So, we have heard that he used to be supplying rice and vegetables from his temple to Babaji Maharaj, Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, so that it doesn't have any scarcity, any lacking. And most of the times, after taking care of Babaji Maharaj for a while, and disciples would be coming back to their Gurudev, they would be coming back to Srila Prabhupada, report back, give some information reporting about Babaji Maharaj, Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj. Mostly they would be describing, we went to see Babaji Maharaj, trying to serve him, but for hours he is in another world. So we could not always speak with him. We went there, cleaned his ashrama, cleaned his bhajan kuti, did certain things what required to be done, we felt. But we could not really talk with him because he was absorbed in his own another world. And speaking to Gaur Nitai, Gaur Gadadhar, Gopalji for hours, we waited and then came. Sri Thakur Prabhupada used to be smiling at them. We'd be very pleased with those disciples who were serving Babaji Maharaj, Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, Sri Avadhuta. Now, I know you are all learned devotees. You know, you understand about the character, the high-class transcendental nature and character of the Avadhuta. Vamsidas, Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj and Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, both are in the category of the Avadhutas. Not only Paramahamsa, but Avadhutas. So, you know, one of the very special characteristics of the great Mahabhagavata Avadhutas, that they live the life of their devotion and devotional service in relation to the Supreme Lord, just in unbridled, spontaneous manners. I repeat, just in unbridled, unrestricted, spontaneous flow of loving their devotional love. So, in other words, they're beyond all kinds of rules and regulations, beyond all kinds of bindings of offering, services, devotional services to the Supreme Lord, following rules and regulations, ritual ways. But the way they offer their devotional service, loving service to Krishna, Radha Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Dayal Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhar. So the way they offer their loving service to the Supreme Lord is very living, alive, reciprocative way with the Supreme Lord. I mean, the way they feel inspired by the sweet will of the Supreme Lord, by divine couple Mahaprabhu. They follow the same way. They're just driven, guided, flow that way through the spontaneous devotion and serve them, beyond any kind of hard and fast rules, regulations, disciplines. Sometimes it's not that they never ever follow any disciplined way of doing services, not that. Sometimes they also offer their services, do their service in a very nicely disciplined manner, but many other times, just following their own spontaneous flow of loving devotion, as they get inspired directly by the sweet will of the divine couple and Mahaprabhu, flowing accordingly and rendering their services. But the way they do cannot be understood in a normal way. Therefore, they are seen to be, because they are supernormal, Therefore, they are always seen by others like very uncommon, abnormal type. But factually, the opposite to the abnormal character, they are supernormal, we call. So because of their supernormal nature and activities, transcendental ways, transcendent spontaneous ways of relating to the Supreme Lord, which cannot be very compatible with the normal human ways, everyday life. Therefore, they are all often misunderstood by the ignorant people as kind of mad, a mad person. Outwardly, that's how they also look outwardly, like Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj outwardly used to be looking like that. Completely out of external consciousness, devoid of external consciousness. So, there's no necessity, no feelings of any necessity of taking care of body, taking bath, or cleaning the external clothes, or saving the beards, or anything. All the time, so deeply established, firmly established in the loving devotional service, being situated on the plane of soul, in the core of his heart. So, in other words, always engaged in serving the Supreme Lord, offering his loving services to Supreme Lord continuously, okay, from the depth of his heart, from the plane of his soul. So much love, blissful love, completely away from bodily consciousness, independent of his bodily existence. Okay. Offering all services, doing all services by heart and soul, not by body, not by bodily implementations, never physical implementation, mostly by all through, by heart and soul. Chaitya Guru level. So, innermost world. They always serve to the innermost world of love and devotion to Krishna Radhika. Therefore, they are considered Avadhuta. Again, one of the characteristics of the great Avadhuta is that they do things, they offer their services, they relate to the Supreme Lord in some other dynamic ways, such transcendental ways, so their ways look like otherworldly, not matching very well, not very compatible, matching with the normal human ways, social ways. Therefore looking like something wild, something abnormal type. The ways they offer all their services to the Supreme Lord, the manners they talk to the Supreme Lord, they do things in relation to the divine couple. Often, all are transcendental, simply transcendental to the ordinary material ways, normal ways. Okay. So, because they are transcendental ways, we are not always acquainted with them, familiar with them. Otherworldly ways of their activity of other divine dimensions, which we are not familiar with. Therefore, to us, looks like unusual, something, the lifestyle, the ways of relationship, relating to the Lord, talking, the language they're talking with the Lord, or of an unusual type to the other human beings, others, beyond our understanding, beyond our normal understandings. Therefore, those do not understand, those people don't understand those Mahabhagavata Avadhutas well. That is one of the main characteristics of the Avadhuta. Only they could understand who are in tune on that frequency. Only those other high-class pure devotees could understand, properly, appropriately understand the great personalities, greatly devoted personalities like Srila Gaurkishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who could be in tune, divinely in tune on that divine frequency, their level, transcendental frequency. For example, Thakur Bhakti Vinod, Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur. For example, Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. They could easily understand them and related it and did relate with them very appropriately, in a very befitting, appropriate way and mood. And often, we have heard that often the Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada would be just prohibiting his own disciples to go and see Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj. When he would be receiving some report that Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj was yelling at deities, sometimes laughingly yelling at the deities, because deities were not listening. Deities are being naughtily playing with him. Okay, could not be easily subjected. They are being so naughtily playful with Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj in the inner world. They could not be easily subjected to the reasons, could not be easily controlled. So often in the mood of Vatsalya Rasa, loving guardian, he would be chastising the deities, yelling at them lovingly to control them, and sometimes just accusing them if something would be happening, something wrong would be happening from the surroundings I used to be living in. Things are not happening very favorable way, some adversities, environmental adversities. And he'll be directly talking with Gaura Nityananda. Gaura Nityananda, Gaur Gadadhar, his Gopalji. Why they are allowing all these things to happen? Why they make all these things to happen? So he used to be a bit disturbed and bit disturbed, irritated. That's another word. He used to be a bit irritated and annoyed with them, lovingly chastise them, trying to make them understand by speaking nicely sometimes also make them understand that this would be very nice with him. This would be very, very nice with him because he has been taking care of them so nicely. So they should have some gratitude also. Feelings of gratitude towards him, cannot be so ungrateful to someone, meaning himself, Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, who has been all the time taking care of them so nicely. How can they be so naughty with him? Should be nice with him. Many ways he used to be talking, the deities. And sometimes it would be happening, he was yelling at them, lovingly chastising them. Some other people surroundings, they would think, oh, you're acting like a madman, mad person. Okay. But some very few of the very fortunate people could understand. He is Siddha Mahatma. They would be respectful. They would be very respectful towards him. Whereas other ordinary people would not be understanding his character with true respect. They would be misunderstanding him. So lest those disciples who are asked by Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada to be taking care of him in daily life, lest they also start misunderstanding him by looking at him in such a way. In other words, lest they also become misguided by the external scenario and have anything offensive understanding in their mind upon seeing Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj yelling at the deity or chastising them. Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada would be very careful. As soon as he would be informed, he would receive report like that, Babaji Maharaj is acting this way, Babaji Maharaj is now in this situation and in this temperament and position, simply be asking his disciples not to go. You simply be waiting, don't go right now. And telling them, I am not trying to stop you all from serving him, but you have all not been so advanced. Okay, now have not been so advanced. Till now I feel that sometimes some offensive feelings will not appear in your mind. So, therefore for your safeguarding, in order to be protective, safeguarding about you all, I just ask you not to go to see him at this situation. After that period is over, that session period is over, the session of his divine madness or his divine exchanges with their lordships, over, then you go. You go and serve him nicely, but don't go right at this moment. In case you have any misunderstanding about him, then unknowingly you will be having some offense. Unknowingly even from your subconscious region, unknowingly you may get involved in some offense against Avadhuta. Even if you understand, you try to make you understand intellectually. No, what I am seeing externally, it is not that. He is a great Siddha Mahatma. Even if you believe in that, even if you know about that and you believe in that, you have got that respect for him, faith in him, still it's the nature of your mind. Sometimes the fickle nature of human mind. At certain moment, at some point, at some moment, mind may think about him, okay, like it's ridiculous, a bit of ridiculous things he is doing. Or he's acting like a madman. Even for a moment that thought comes in your mind because of the flickering nature, because mind's flickering nature and fleeting nature and doubting nature, suspicious nature. Then right at that moment some offense will enter. Offense will be entering your life. I don't want you to take that risk. No. I simply don't want you all to take that risk. So, Avadhuta. Today is also the Disappearance Day, Holy Disappearance Day of that Avadhuta, Srila Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, and also the other Mahabhagavata devotee, Srila Raghunandan Swami Thakur. He was also considered to be one of the Mahabhagavatas. In future, Raghunandan Swami Thakur. Today is the holy disappearance days of both. Any relevant queries? Any queries really related or unrelated to the topics? Or if you want to take rest now, I'm also happy to put my Harikatha to rest for this evening. And just be engaged in singing some bhajan. If you have any query, related or unrelated, I would also like to invite.